Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You could tap in or you could tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know. Time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money and chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. Yeah, we on our way to the top, well over 50,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 60K, all right? Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know how I'm giving it up, and you absolutely know how I'm putting it down, my G's, all right? Now, listen, man. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. You understand me? Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, which is yours truly, Grown Man Business TV. You already know where you at. All right? Big salute, man. Mr. Universe, I see you in here. Big salute to the big wrenches. You already know who you dealing with. G and B. Yeah. Big dog. All right? Now, I got a lot of people in the DM, man. They flood in the DM. Yo, GMB TV, what's your perspective on everything that's going on with Corey Holcomb, Anton Daniels, you know, DJ Academics? You know, GMB TV, what's your thought process on everything that's going on with Corey Holcomb, Anton Daniels, and DJ Academics? And you know, I had to sit there and think about this situation, and I said to myself, absolutely nasty work, my G's. Absolutely nasty work. It's disgusting what's going on in these YouTube streets. It's disgusting and it's nasty work watching the revenge of the nerds in real time. And yeah, I said it. Revenge of the nerds. You understand? Listen, man, now you got to know something. We gonna bait the algorithm. But when it come down to this topic, you know, the revenge of the nerds, Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb, you know, DJ Academics, dudes like this, it is going to be a powerful message in the madness, regardless, right? So we are witnessing the revenge of the nerds in real timing, and we're going to talk about it. Real nasty work. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah. We're gonna have a conversation about this because it's something that needs to be elaborated on. Everybody is watching, everybody's looking, we see what's taking place, but nobody's going to be able to connect the dots like Grown Man Business TV. Revenge of the nerds. Corey Holcomb is a nerd. DJ Academics, Anton Daniels, we already know what cloth they cut from. And all we're gonna do is give some game to the youngsters, put this out there in the universe, and we're gonna talk about it. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But this what they wanted. You're gonna get what you asked for. Yeah, we're gonna bait the algorithm. Revenge of the nerds. Absolutely nasty work. Yeah. Dweebs gone wild. Yeah, I like that one too. Dweebs gone wild in these YouTube streets. Nasty work, and we're gonna talk about it. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But it's a message in the madness, and you already know, because when you tap in with Grown Man Business TV, the message that I deliver is always pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. Pure dope. Yeah, even if we talking about YouTubers or celebrities or whatever, it's gonna be pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. And being this said, right, I gotta do some customizations to the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna do some customizations to the chat. All right? The higher ups and the elites are always working overtime. They play chess at the highest level. The higher ups and the elites are always trying to muffle the message. They always trying to shadow ban the channel. The higher ups and the elites understand that Grown Man Business TV is an absolute threat to the algorithm and to the establishment. Yeah, I'm a threat to that. They also understand that, the revolution will be televised right here in these YouTube streets. So we're going to do some customizations to the chat, but you need to know something, right? When you looking through these YouTube streets, when you scrolling through the algorithm, when you looking and you scrolling, you are coming in contact with the revenge of the nerds. You are coming in contact with dweebs gone wild. Yeah. Dweebs gone wild. You understand me? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it because these are the narratives that are being pushed in these YouTube streets. These are the agendas and the narratives that are being pushed, you know what I'm saying, through the algorithm. So if that's what they feed in the algorithm, then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna elaborate on it. But we're gonna expose it as well. Dweebs gone wild. Okay, respectfully. So big salute to the chat. We ain't gonna do nothing. We ain't gonna do nothing crazy, but we gonna get into this. Big salute. Let's do some customizations to the chat. Let's make sure we can control the trolls. Yeah, this is why I do the customizations to the chat. Because when I'm delivering these messages, yeah, the higher ups and the elites, they make sure that there's distractions, there's trolls, and you can't stop the trolling. When you grow a platform to a certain level, there's always going to be trolls in the chat, but we can minimize it. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We can minimize what's going on in there. I got shooters in the chat, and I'm also make you subscribe to the channel and wait 5 minutes if you want to talk to Grown Man Business TV. If you want to troll Grown Man Business TV, you gon' subscribe to the channel and you gonna wait 5 minutes. I got 5 on it, and that Alaskan weed. You know that song. You like that, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I got 5 on it, messing with that Indoie. Yeah, respectfully, my G. Let's make sure we handle this. Listen, man. Listen, you in the right place. You came to the right place. You know what I mean? Listen, Revenge of the Nerds. Dweebs gone wild. Y'all remember back in the day when it was girls gone wild? We're going to talk about this. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button and subscribe button when y'all come in here. I got 5 on it. Exactly. Now listen, man. You see that right there at the bottom. You see that right there at the bottom of the chat, right there, right? Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, using your Twitter fingers to do what the Twitter fingers do, all in the chat, using your Twitter fingers, all in the comment section, twittering with the Twitter fingers and doing what the Twitter fingers like to do, right? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, which is Grown Man Business TV, yours truly. Yeah, do that. All right, now let's talk about this, man. When I was growing up, right, on a late night commercial, you would see a commercial called Girls Gone Wild. And it was all of these dog fur having white women. I'm talking dog fur all over the place. Out there in South Beach in Hawaii, partying for spring break. It was called Girls Gone Wild. Oh, and it was a sight to behold. Dog fur on dog fur all over the place, right? And what you got to understand is we have forward progression. We have stepped into a reality in this matrix where you got the metaverse. You got a whole section of reality where you can set up a profile picture, you can create a new name, and you could become whoever you want to become, and you could portray yourself as whoever you want to be inside of this metaverse. You understand what I'm saying? See, back in the day, you had to be outside. It was girls gone wild. Nobody had a profile picture. Nobody had a YouTube channel. Nobody had an Instagram account. Those dog fur having Caucasoid women was outside shaking ass, broad daylight. You understand? Now we are in a different time where you got men, you got women that were nerds, that were dweebs, that were suckers, that were lames, that can get on this computer. They can step into this metaverse and they can become whoever they want you to believe that they are. That's why it is revenge of the nerds. That's why it is dweebs gone wild. Instead of girls gone wild, we got dweebs all over the metaverse going wild. And all I'm here to do is shine some light on the fugaziness. You know, shine some light on this shit is science fiction. It's like a Broadway musical. You understand? And it's become so real. It's become so believable that we got dudes like DJ Academics talking about stepping on situations and squabbling up. I never thought I'd hear today. I never thought I would hear or see the day where a DJ Academics, Anton Daniels, would be talking about squabbling up. Let's take it in the alley and shoot the fair one. You got to understand something. Strange times we are living in right now. It's a strange reality. And if we don't have, truth tellers like Grown Man Business TV to really, move out the smoke and mirrors, decipher the message, you will start believing that Anton Daniels is gangster. You might just start believing that DJ Academics, nasty work. No longer is it girls gone wild, it's dweebs going wild. And see, the message in this is what you got to understand is that the man makes the money and the money never made the man. That is a saying that we grew up on before social media, before Instagram, before YouTube. Our OGs, real grown men that stood on grown man business, made us understand as young boys that the man make the money don't make the man. But see, that message has been lost. It's been lost in transition. It has been lost in the metaverse. So now all of these dudes think that the money makes them a man. The money makes them a gangster. The money makes them valid. The money certifies them. Nah, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? It's only a pure message. Dope, that's straight off the brick into the bottles when you come to Grown Man Business TV. See, the message has been lost. But I'm a grown-ass man with a message. Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man with a message. We gonna get into this, man. Big salute to the chat. Y'all already know how we do over here. Listen, man, we about to turn up. And I want to be very honest with you. I don't go nowhere without the receipts. Oh yeah, I absolutely kept the receipts. I won't step out the house. I won't make a move. I won't hit the live button unless the downloads have downloaded, and I also got the receipts. Well over 200 in the chat. Y'all need to hit the like button when y'all come in here. Dweebs gone wild. Revenge of the nerds in real timing. Okay? And you need to know, I don't got a dog in a fight. Anton Daniels is a dweeb and a nerd. Corey Holcomb is a dweeb and a nerd. DJ Academics, Show Flacco. The majority of the content creators that you guys indulge into are dweebs and nerds in disguise. Okay, now, again, you got to understand, it's a message in this. Ain't nothing wrong with being a goddamn dweeb. Ain't nothing wrong with being a nerd. If that's who you are, and if that's what works for you, take it to the next level. The problem is when y'all get over here into this metaverse and y'all start converting and y'all start acting and y'all start doing this whole Broadway musical play as if you want to squabble up. Or as if you got some gangster, you got some. It's too easy for suckers to dress up like gangsters these days. It's too easy for lames to portray grown-ass men. All you need is a little bit of money. All you need is a chain, a little bit of money, some Amiri jeans, some Balenciaga sneakers, that Louis Vuitton, couple of diamonds here and there, and everybody believes that you are the man. When nah, homie, nah, that ain't how it work. Money don't make you a man. The man makes the money. So what I'm here to tell you is the reason why I had to speak on this because I'm a grown ass man. And in real life, you would have had a problem if I was in any of these positions. DJ Academics, you would have had an issue. Anton Daniels, you would have got what you asked for. Corey Holcomb, oh, brother, listen. You talking about kids and you talking about women? See, when you dealing with real men, real big dogs, there is no escaping the consequences of what, yeah, Corey, I would have been back at your studio the next day, the next morning. I would have took a red light flight, red eye. I would have got on a red eye flight directly back to wherever you was at. You wouldn't have came out your studio without me being right there. You would have ever talked about my daughter or my wife in that manner. Oh, yeah. Okay? So, yes, we're going to talk about what's going on in the algorithm, but there is going to be a powerful message in this. That's why this platform is so valuable. That's why it's so pure. That's why it's so potent. Because it's few far in between where you get a chance to listen to a grown-ass man that stands on grown man business, speak directly to the algorithm, directly to the establishment. All three of these dudes, we're going to talk about it. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you even walk in the building, before you even use your Twitter fingers, all in the chat and all that. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do when you come in here. All right, now let's go into this. Big salute to the chat. You know, let's see. Who we gonna start with? You know what? Let's figure out exactly who we gonna start with. Maybe it could be Corey Holcomb. I want to start with the homie Corey right off the top. Corey, you know, I saw the receipts. I saw the clips. I got wind of what you did after the situation with Anton Daniels. I seen everything. I saw the clip with the shorty out there in front of the comedy show. You know, I seen all of that. And I wanted to speak directly to it because, you know, a lot of people thought you was something that you not. Again, these dweebs, these overweight men with man breasts and areolas and all that. These dudes, right? They get this money, they get this fame and this fortune, and they really press a line. And they start believing he believe in his own hype. He done had this money for long enough to where he believe he is something he never was. All right, so I want to speak to that because we talked about the situation, right? Corey Holcomb, he felt disrespected. He felt like Anton Daniels said something sexual to him and he didn't like it. And when Anton Daniels asked him to go into that alley, he said, nah. He said, you know what? We ain't got to go in the alley right now. He made a whole bunch of excuses and he wiggled his way out that fade. He weaseled his way out of the fade. That man told you what you do with your mouth. He told you suck off the black community. You felt a certain type of way about that. He offered you an opportunity to go settle that physically. And you turned that down, right? And I told y'all that was Corey's mistake. As a man, you never avoid that. If you call me out my name and I call you out your name and we can go handle that physically, we need to do that. So Corey doubled back in his next little situation in his metaverse. He came back to the metaverse, right? And he disrespected Anton Daniels' wife and he disrespected his daughter. He spoke ill of a child and he also spoke ill of that man's wife. Now, I'm going to say this, right? I'm not here to say if Anton Daniels deserved that or not, because we're going to get into that aspect. We're going to get into that angle. What I'm here to speak is to the character of a man that'll do that. The character of a man that will dodge a fight but will disrespect women and children. That is a dweeb. That is a lame. That is a sucker. That is not grown man business. And see, a lot of this stuff shouldn't have to be explained. You know, what's understood don't got to be explained. Amongst men, what's understood never has to be explained. So you got a lot of people speaking about it like, yo, I agree with Corey, yo, I don't agree with Corey. But grown men, real big dogs, we understand that's not something we got to explain. That's a universal language. If you would have took your ass out in that alley and did what you were supposed to do, you would have never even thought to disrespect his wife or his daughter. But you was trying to save face, you know what I'm saying? You came back to the podcast, you was dressed up like goddamn Angie Stone. Yeah. R.I.P. to Angie Stone. R.I.P. to a legend, a beautiful black woman. But Corey Holcomb was dressed up. You was dressed up like Angie Stone and Music Soul Child. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Corey Holcomb came back. Listen, Corey, you know I keep the receipts. Fuck it, I might just try to find. Hold on real quick. Hold on. This nigga Corey Holcomb came back dressed up like, you know, like motherfucking Music Soul Child and all that. Yeah, hold on. I want to see if I can find this real quick. My brother. I'm not trying to disrespect you or nothing like that, Corey. I'm not trying to disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. But you came up here, you came back and your ass was dressed like goddamn Angie Stone, Corey Holcomb. Yeah, look. Look at Corey right here. Yeah, nigga, what the fuck, nigga, what you got, see, as a man, I saw right through this situation. I said, God damn, and Corey went to the house, and he put on a linen sweater with a goddamn linen Coogee hat, yeah, the Kango and all that to the side, dressed up like Music Soul Child and all that, nigga. You thought you was a part of the goddamn Soul Nation when you came back. Okay? And you got a lot of people don't understand why you was dressed up like Angie Stone. Yeah, you was feeling like you had that hoe in you. You was feeling, yeah, you was dressed up like Music Soul Child and all that. Okay? And you got to talking about that man's daughter and his wife. So again, did Anton Daniels deserve that? I'm not here to make that judgment. I'm not here to make that decision. What I am here to say is look at the character of a man that will avoid a fight, avoid a fade, but will disrespect children and women. That's diabolical. That's not grown man business. That's a dirty, diabolical. Yeah, that's a dangerous man right there. That's a dangerous man that will dodge a fade with a grown man, but will disrespect children and women. Nah, that's not somebody I could do business with, and that's not somebody I could respect as a man. But I will say this, dweebs gone wild. Yeah, because only a dweeb would come back to the goddamn podcast dressed like Angie Stone. R.I.P. to Angie Stone. I love the music. Yeah, I loved Angie Stone's music. But your ass you shouldn't have been dressed up like Angie Stone in Music Soul Child, nigga. Okay, respectfully. Now, let's go deeper into this with Corey, because I wanted to start with Corey because Corey wasn't an obvious lame. He wasn't an obvious dweeb. You know, everybody thought Corey had a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, solid. He was solid. But like I told you, the man make the money don't make the man. But when you make money and you got fame and fortune, it is very easy to step into this metaverse and paint a narrative that's not true, to create a, you know, create a character. You can create a whole new personality. Yeah, a created player. And with enough money, fame, and fortune, niggas will believe that. So I wanted to start with Corey because, DJ Academics, obvious. We all know he been who he is. Or do Anton Daniels, obvious. We already know what Anton, but Corey Holcomb disappointed a lot of men out here. We was disappointed, Corey. We was disappointed in what you did when you avoided that fade, but then you was talking about, we didn't think that was funny what you was saying about that little girl. It's nothing comical about a grown-ass man disrespecting a child. I don't care, homie. And again, this is Grown Man Business TV. So what we needed to do is speak to this directly. There is nothing funny, nothing honorable about a grown-ass man disrespecting a man's woman and her child. Yeah, they were speaking about it. Yo, I thought that women and children was off limits. Always been like that. Women and children always been off limits to gangsters, depending on what the crime and depending on what the violation is. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there are certain situations where dudes will come and get your family. There are certain, it's very small. It's only a couple of situations where we're going to involve your children and your wife and your mother and your grandmother. And this ain't one of those situations, Corey. He told you what you was doing with your mouth. You was sucking off the black community, and he gave you an opportunity to go outside and handle that. This is not a situation where his daughter or his wife should be coming out your mouth in no way, shape, form, or fashion. But see, Corey, you got some flaws about you. And I want to speak directly to this, you know what I'm saying? Because I had one of my subscribers try to check me in, you know what I mean? I want to address that. Yeah, I want to speak directly. But Corey, you got some chinks in your armor. You are a dweeb in disguise. You know what, Corey? It's a video out here because, again, let's get down to this. You had an opportunity to fight and defend your honor against Anton Daniels. He gave you 3 different opportunities to go out there in that alley and handle your business, and you avoided it. But when you was out in front of this comedy club with this lady right here, you didn't waste no time putting your hands on her. You see what I'm saying? So everybody in the DM like, yo, Corey, listen, man, we don't rock with that. Not here. This shit gotta be honorable. You didn't waste no time putting your hands on that lady out there in front of that comedy club. You didn't walk away. You didn't say, you know what? I'm about to do something. Let me go this way. You didn't use discipline. You didn't think about content. You didn't make a business decision like you did with Anton Daniels. You know how you made a business decision because you didn't want to risk your YouTube and all that, your career. But when this lady, I don't care what she was saying to you. I don't care how she was yet you was 10 feet away from her. You could have easily walked off. But see, again, it's dudes like this, DJ Academics, yeah, Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb, that act like and play and believe the whole hype of they standing on business. But they get scared when it's, yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Now, I'm gonna play this clip, and then we're gonna double back because, again, like I said, I had a subscriber try to check me, and I said what I said. I said what I said. I'm not one of the YouTubers that's doubling back and trying to correct. Nah, I'm a grown-ass man, so I say what I mean, and I mean exactly what I say. And we gonna get, now, not mind you, if you comprehend it a certain way, that's on you. If you take it out of context, that's on you. But I said what I said. We're gonna address that. Corey Holcomb, respectfully, brother. We're gonna look at this. All right. Now I cut the sound off because I don't even know if it's sound on it, but there's no sound on this let's get into this receipt. Corey Holcomb, you know what? Look. That's Corey right there. Right here is Corey. Here's the young lady right here. Look at Corey. Look at the young lady. Look at Corey right here. Look at the young lady right here. Now, why you do that, Corey? Now, look, they getting on your ass now, Corey. They getting on your ass. Look at them. They getting on Corey's ass right now. Look at that. They on his ass now. They on his ass now. Now, let's look at this again, Corey. Now, Corey, you right here. She's right here. Look all this space between Corey and this young lady right here. Look at that. Look. Now, look at Corey. Huh. See? Now, they on your ass now, Corey. They on his ass. Washing you up. Yeah, they washing you up. Yeah, they washing you up. Okay? Now, I wanna stop right there because YouTube is very sensitive, right? But that's why I say it had to be spoken about. Now, they did what they were supposed to do to you, Corey. Wash your ass up, hands and feet. Yeah. Put a boot in your ass for what you did to that young lady right there. It's respectfully. Yeah, they washed your ass up how they were supposed to. Salute to those men out there that washed you up. Yeah. Yeah, if I was out there, I would have got involved as well. Yeah. Put a boot in your ass, scrape you up a little bit. But let's make sure we stay on content, right? You see how easily Corey walked up on that lady and put his hands on her? That's how easily you were supposed to go outside with Anton Daniels and handle your business. That's how easy. It wasn't supposed to be a drawn-out situation. When Anton told you, hey, man, I'm tired of talking. Let's go outside in this alley over here. Let's get off of YouTube. Let's go outside and let's handle this business. The same way you ran up on that lady right there, you were supposed to run up on Anton Daniels. Dweebs gone wild. This is what happens when dweebs get money. This is what happens when dweebs get into the metaverse and they create this whole new persona and they believe it. Now, I had a subscriber say, yo, GMB, yo, didn't you say that your grandfather taught you and told you to put the... Y'all remember when I told... Yeah. Sometimes it's acceptable. I want to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? When they say you should never put your hands on a woman, I don't believe that. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. I'll say this, that there are times where you should never do what Corey Holcomb did. Maybe you should grab her by the arms, grab her by the shoulders, grab her up real fast. Hey, but punching and all that, that should never happen unless your life is in danger. So when they say you should never hit a woman, I don't believe that, because if your life is in danger, put your hands and feet on her. If she pulls a gun on you, put your hands and feet on her. If she tries to stab you, put your hands and your feet where they belong. So again, when they say you should never put your hands, no. If your life is in danger, then you know what? You need to do that. You got to do what you got to do to make it home to your children. But that situation right there is not, Corey Holcomb life wasn't in danger. So to the subscriber that wanted to check me, you was You was wrong. You was dead wrong. You know, I never told you, I never told nobody that it's okay to put hand and feet on women for whatever reason you want to do it. You understand what I'm saying? If your life is in danger, yeah, you need to do what you need to do. Anything other than that, unacceptable. Okay? Now, let's go a step further. If you are a man like Corey Holcomb that is easily agitated, that is easily, influenced, if you can be taken out of your position by verbal if a female can verbally get you so mad that you jump out the window, you got to have that same energy with a grown-ass man. The same way that young lady was talking to you and you jumped out the window is the same way you were supposed to do with Anton Daniels. Yeah, respectfully. These dudes have to be, it's nasty work. Let's get into another receipt. Let's get into another receipt. Let's let Corey speak a little bit more. Let's let Corey expose his hand. Because again, I understand comedians and comedy, but as a grown man, you ain't gonna hide that sucker shit behind comedy. You ain't gonna hide that sucker shit behind content. And that's what a lot of these dudes is doing. What they are doing now is they are hiding behind content. Oh, I was playing a character. Oh, it was comedy. Nah, homie. That ain't how it work. Okay? Go ahead and talk to the people. Look.
It's gay. I'ma tell you right now to your face.
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, man.
You want to talk about everybody else, wife, kids, and everybody, but when somebody say something about you, y'all got to go to therapy.
Nasty work, Corey. Nasty work. Now, if you would have put that much energy into running that fade, everything would have been all right. Let me go a little bit further before we go into the next angle, right? I wanna break this down. What a friendly fade is for. What a friendly fade represents. It's called a friendly fade because we can be friends, we could be brothers, we could be associates, right? And we can have a disagreement. We can not see eye to eye. And maybe, just maybe, within this disagreement, you disrespected me or I disrespected you. Or maybe we disrespected each other. And as an associate, as a family member, as a friend, as somebody that rock with you, we can get this out the way. We can have a friendly fade because after we fight, after we have a friendly fade, as men do, there is no more arguing. There's nothing else to say. So 9 times out of 10, and most of the time when men have a friendly fade, right? They dap up, they smoke after, they have a drink. They can have conversations right after because you got it off your chest and I got it off my chest. But when you avoid grown man business, when you avoid doing what men do, when you avoid being honorable, now you gotta subject yourself to this type of activity where you got a monkey mask on. You done called his daughter a monkey. You called his daughter a goddamn gorilla. And now you somewhere at a public park with a gorilla mask on. Nasty work. And that, again, as men, absolutely zero respect, homie. Nothing about that is honorable. Instead of going out there to that park, you should have had that same energy for Anton that you had for that girl out there. So I'm going to close with this when it comes to the homie Holcomb. Oh, yeah, you need to be canceled. The energy and the backlash that you getting for what you did to that lady, you deserve it, homie. You deserve that. They didn't listen, ain't nobody edit the video or didn't nobody speed it up or slow it down. That lady was saying whatever she was saying to you, and you walked up and you put your hands on her in public. No way around that. So, we're going to play this last receipt and we're going to go to the next angle. But I want to say this. Notice how he went from disrespecting that little girl to wearing a gorilla mask to now this last receipt where you copping pleas and all that. All of a sudden, you a Muslim. You cooking. You know what? Talk to the people, Corey. Look.
I have been grown for a long time. I'm 56 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before my mother, who is watching this show, probably very concerned because I'm getting a million phone calls. I stand before my mother. I stand before Minister Farrakhan and the nation. I stand before Geno Jennings and his congregation. I stand before everybody in America who is trying to move upward in a positive manner. I want to say this about Corey Holcomb. I have never been able to punch any woman in my lifetime. Now, in fifth grade, to punch any woman in my lifetime. I have never been able to punch any woman in my lifetime. Now,
Now, again, you know what I'm saying? We saw the video, Corey. We saw you ain't got to get in front of the Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. You ain't got to do all of that. Yeah, we don't listen to me. If you ain't got a bean pie in hand, nigga, we don't want to hear it. If you ain't got some incense in the Nation of Islam newspaper in your hands, nigga, we don't want to talk. Stop this. See, again, now all of a sudden you talking about the Minister Farrakhan. I stand before my mother. I stand before the Minister Farrakhan. Y'all niggas always go to jail and come out Muslims. You niggas always get in trouble and start baking bean pies. Well, listen up, nigga. We don't want no bean pies today, nigga. Yeah, I'm not eating, don't. If you don't got a bean pie in the oven, don't talk to me about Minister Farrakhan, nigga. I tell all you YouTube Muslims this, I've been saying this ain't nothing new. Don't pull out the goddamn Muslim card when we look at a video of you smacking that lady and punching her down in the face and all that. Oh, I stand before my mother. I stand before the Nation of Islam. Minister Farrakhan, the Honorable Mahalaj Malaja Salaikum Salam, nigga. Right? Now all of a sudden you on your platform talking about you standing before the Nation of Islam and you're Salaikum Salam and bean pies on bean pies, but you act like we ain't seen that video. Corey, dweebs gone wild, nigga. Yeah, use a dweeb, nigga. Use a whole suck out here, lame, nigga. Whole pussy bumper clot, rise clot. Yeah, you, Corey, that's for you. I've never put my hands. I'd never punch a woman I can't punch. We just saw you punch that lady we saw you do it, man. Respectfully, nigga. All right? But I wanted to give y'all some context. Look how the nigga went from punching women in the face to talking about the little girl, and you said some diabolical things about Anton's wife, and then now all of a sudden you claiming the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and all that. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, you talking about the minister, nigga. Get your ass in that kitchen and bake them bean pies, nigga. Yeah, put your goddamn Muslim kufi on and your Muslim garment. Don't talk to me about it until I ain't gonna believe you until you got a goddamn prayer rug down, nigga. Get your ass down there and bow down your head, nigga, and pray. Pray to the honorable Elijah Muhammad, nigga. Yeah, diabolical. And listen, only a grown man could connect the dots like this. That's why you understand what I'm saying to you, because it's a grown man speaking to these dweebs. Nigga, you's a dweeb. Yeah, we saw what you did to that lady. I don't know how your co-host, I don't know her name, D, but I don't know how she sit next to you, brother. I be looking at her sometime, yeah, that shit is real disrespectful. You know what I mean? The money must be real good. Pay that lady. Now, look at this nigga. Look at this shit right here. I want y'all to look at this. Look, 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 look.
I'm 56 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before my mother, who is watching this show, probably very concerned because I'm getting a million phone calls. I stand before my mother. I stand before Minister Farrakhan and the nation. I stand before Geno Jennings and his congregation. I stand before everybody in them.
He's standing before the congregation. This nigga done went from Muslim to Christian. Oh, I'm standing in front of the Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. I'm standing next to Pastor Ingram and the congregation. Now, you don't even, respectfully, I'm not getting this. We're going to move forward, right? Nasty work. Okay? Now, Anton Daniels. Okay? Now, we already know Anton and, you know, Corey. They had the 1-2. I just got done talking to Corey. Anton Daniels. You know, let's get to Anton. Okay? Now, Anton Daniels, you know what I'm saying? You know, hold on real quick. Let me make sure I got this receipt and everything is nice and neat, right? Now, Anton Daniels, you know, a lot of people in my DM like, yo, you seen what Corey said about his daughter, and, you know, that's wrong, and Anton didn't deserve that. But when you got dweebs going wild, when you got revenge of the nerds, it's not going to make sense. It's really not going to make sense if you standing on grown man business, right? Corey did wrong. Corey did what he did is not honorable. And that's why I told y'all it's not for me to say if Anton deserved it or not. I'm just speaking to the character of a man like Corey Holcomb that'll disrespect women, disrespect children, but avoid a fight with a grown-ass man. Now, Anton Daniels, you know, dweeb, lame, revenge of the nerds. You know, again, one of the guys in the back of the class in gym, you know, back of the locker room at gym, don't say much, don't get loud. You understand? Never had their way with the women, was always getting picked on. That's Anton Daniels. You know, he got some money, he got rich, he became successful, and now he's stepping into this whole persona. But back in the day, Anton is you know what I'm saying? Nigga got man breasts, he wearing a sports bra, and nigga, yeah. You know, Anton, you know, you, and I got the receipts, but you can't cry about somebody disrespecting your wife and your children when you get up on this internet every day and disrespect black women and black children. You get up on this internet every day and cop excuses and cop a plea for the dog fur. Listen, I ain't never heard you talk down on white men. I ain't never heard you talk down on white women. And I'm not talking about Republicans or Democrats. I'm talking about the same way you talk about black women and black men. When you talk about black people, you're not talking about Republicans or Democrats. You're disrespecting black people as a whole. When you talk about the hood and the ghetto and black people, you're not saying, well, I'm only talking about the Democrat, the Republican. I'm only talking about those. No, you disrespect black people as a whole. But when you talk about that dog fur, oh, liberal white women are the worst thing to ever happen. Liberal white women, liberal this, liberal that. You make a effort and a conscious decision to make sure that they know you're only talking about the liberal white women. See, this is where Corey Holcomb was going in that conversation before y'all disrespected each other and y'all got off of content. This is where Corey Holcomb was trying to take you at. Oh, I talk about white people. No, 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 no. You make sure that we hear and you make sure that they hear you say liberal white women. Oh, liberal white women are the only people. They're the worst thing to happen on a, yeah. But what about white people as a whole? What about white men as a whole? What have they done to destroy America? What have they contributed to the downfall of America? See, that's what you don't like to do. That's what you avoid. Now, mass shootings, mass incarceration, shooting up schools and all that, running up in churches and shooting down churches and all that, things like that you could talk about, but you don't. Oh, but Lord forbid it's some black people. Lord forbid it's your actual, you are a black, oh, I'm a Christian first. No, nigga, you are a black man before anything. You was born a black man before you knew about Christianity, God, Muslim, Islam, bean pies, any of that. You understand me, boy? Yeah, I'm talking direct. You understand what I'm saying to you, boy? The money don't make the man make the money. So you got the money and the fame and you think that make you a man. But in all actuality, you got that pussy. Your breast is bigger than most women that I know. You got bigger man breasts than most female. You got a lot of pheromones running through you. Hormones and pheromones running all through you. Yeah. So again, I never said you deserved it or you don't. That ain't up to me. I'm going to leave that up to the Most High on what you deserve. Okay? I spoke to Corey's character. I'm speaking to yours. Yeah. We all see it when you get up on your platform and disrespect black women, disrespect black men, disrespect our culture every chance you get. But then when it come down to them people, oh, you only talking about the liberals. You only talking about the Democrats. You only talking about a certain, hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was Corey, I would have went in your mouth just like he went in that white, just like he put his hands on that lady. We wouldn't have had to, we would have edited it out. I would have got my editors to edit that out. We not going into the alley. We gonna do it right here. Bow. I would have went right in your jibs. Yeah, 100%. You would have told me, a grown-ass man, that I suck off the black community. No more talking. I'm going in your mouth. No more talking. I wouldn't have asked you to say it again. I don't need you. I heard you loud and clear, brother. Oh, say it again. Wow, I heard you. We all heard you loud and clear, nigga. I don't need you to say it again. But I'm speaking from a grown man position. I'm speaking from grown man business. I'm giving you a grown man perspective. When it come to dweebs and lames and, the revenge of the nerds, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a nerd gonna ask you to repeat yourself when we heard you the first time. I heard them. They heard them. The goddamn cameraman heard them. Your co-host, she heard them. We all heard them. So Anton Daniels, man, I done addressed you before on this platform, but hey, here we go. Here we go again. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. Here we go again. You know it's F me, then you know it's F. Hey, R.I.P. to DMX. Y'all already. Here we go again. Yeah. Yeah, I already talked to you. Well, we're gonna talk to you again. Let's break this down, right? I want to break this down. Now, I want to start right here with the whole persona, the whole, the whole narrative, the whole bravado. I want to start just like Corey. I want to start right here with the bravado. And then we going to go from the bravado to now you copping pleas and you crying, begging for mercy. Yeah, like Corey Holcomb. 1 minute you're talking gangster, the next minute you a goddamn Muslim baking bean pies and all that. Talking to, I stand before the Nation of Islam. I stand before my mother. I stand before my grandmother. Now all of a sudden you standing. Go, you know what? How about this, respectfully? Talk to the people, Anton. Look.
Wanted to swing so bad. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Let me be very clear. I want to be very, very clear. I want you to hear it from me directly. I would have beat the shit out of Corey. These niggas in real life is frauds. Nigga, who Corey done beat up? Corey would have got the shit beat out of me. I would have beat the shit out of Corey. And I'm not, listen, I'm telling you, it is what it is. I would have beat the dog, I would have dog walked that nigga. I would have beat the shit out of Corey. His hands was shaking like a stripper. The nigga was scared. The nigga ain't want to do nothing. All of that woofing online, nigga, I'm right here in your studio right in front of you. Nigga, if you feel so disrespected, then do something. The fuck is you talking about?
Yo, now I'm going to say something to you now. Get behind this camera. You know what I mean? Shit, you know what I mean? Hit that live button and all that. Get to talking crazy. Yeah, you was talking crazy. Let me say something to you. Again, grown men, we can smell that pussy on you. It's certain subtle mannerisms and certain, words and phrases that you will use that'll let a grown man know you got that pussy. But I ain't gonna lie to you, Anton, respectfully. That was good Broadway goddamn musical. That was a motion picture right there. Yeah. Nigga didn't want to do nothing. Yeah, I was right there, right in your face, ready to do it, getting it going. You believe that, didn't you? Yeah, you believe that. Yeah, you believe that shit, didn't you? Yeah, Grammy, yeah, Mr. Universe, respectfully, Grammy nominated, nigga. Yeah, and the nominee is Anton Daniels. Nigga, I almost believed you, Anton. I swear to God, I was sitting right there watching you do this, and I said to myself, boy, shit. Right? But Anton, you said something. You said something out your mouth, brother. And I want to tell you something, Anton. You said something out your mouth that automatically, instantly let me know that you got that pussy. You told us that you was going to dog walk Corey Holcomb. Now, I want to tell you something, Anton. Grown men don't say we going to dog walk you. That ain't something that grown heterosexual men, we don't use that term. But I'm going to tell you who do use that term. Saucy Santana. Oh. Yeah, Saucy Santana say he a dog walk you. Listen to me. It ain't a heterosexual man on the face of the motherfucking globe that told another man we was gonna dog walk him. Respectfully. Yeah, I would tell you something. We don't talk like that. Okay, but the mechanics The transmissions. You know the transmissions. You get with, yeah, you know the mechanics that like to do oil changes. You know what I'm talking about? Goddamn Dom Lewinsky. Those type of men say they would dog walk other men. Dom Lewinsky, Dom Lewinsky, he'll tell you that he's going to dog walk you after he get them oil stains all on his collar and all on his blouse and all that. Nigga, I dog walk you, nigga. That's saucy saying. So I knew you had that pussy. You know what? Fuck it. You said, look.
Out of Corey. These niggas in real life is frauds. Nigga, who Corey done beat up? Corey would have got the shit beat out of me. I would have beat the shit out of Corey. And I'm not, listen, I'm telling you, it is what it is. I would have beat the dog, I would have dog walked that nigga. I would have.
Nah, brother. Right there, when I seen you say that, you lost me. Ain't no dog walking. Heterosexual men, we ain't dog walking no other man. Now, we might dog walk the goddamn pit bull. We might go ahead and walk the dog or the King Corso and, the American bullies that we have. We got nice dogs. We got dogs outside. But we ain't dog walking another man. I don't give a goddamn. No. Respectfully, I'm sorry, brother. I know me and you got beef, but I can't dog walk you. Yeah, I'm not gonna walk you like a dog. But Saucy Santana walk it like a dog. Yeah, you listen to Saucy Santana on your workouts, don't you? You got Saucy Santana in your playlist. That's why you said that, nigga. Walk him like a dog. Walk him like a dog. You gonna walk him like that's the Rainbow Coalition. Yeah. That's them fruity boys. You know what I'm saying? Dom Lewinsky and them boys. They got to walking like in dogs and all that. Respectfully. But back to content. I just wanted to throw that out there. Real men, we don't tell other men we gonna dog walk you. I'm not dog walking your ass. I wouldn't care what you said. You could talk about my daughter, my mama, my wife. You could do what you talk about my grandmama. But me personally, I'm not about to dog walk you. Yeah, that mean I gotta put a collar on you. You're on your knees and your hands and you're walking with nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. Yeah, hey, I'll pass. Yeah. I ain't gonna put your ass on. I don't want to dog walk you, nigga. All right, let's get back on content. You was talking real gangster in this video, Anton Daniels. Yeah, you was talking about dog walking and you was gonna beat him down and you was going, you Grammy nominated Anton Daniels. So why is it that right after you get into this confrontation with Corey Holcomb, now all of a sudden you got to get your life together. You got to pick up the pieces. And dweebs going wild, my G. Revenge of the nerds. They go from talking like that to talking like this. Go talk to the people. Look.
Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that. You guys win. I got to figure out how to pick up the pieces. Family is in shambles. Daughter is in shambles. Literally having my wife take her over to get evaluated and figure it out because crying inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do. Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that. You guys win. I got to figure out how to pick up the pieces. Family is in shambles. Daughter is in shambles. Literally having my wife take her over to get evaluate it and figure it out because crying inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do. Corey, he won.
Oh, listen, Revenge of the Nerds. Dweebs gone wild. You went from talking about dog walking. Yeah, you wanted to walk the dog, right? To talking about collateral damage. Picking up the pieces. Yeah, you need to pick up the pieces. Yeah, your family is in shambles now. Oh, you went from talking about beating the brakes off of Corey Holcomb to picking up the pieces from your family being in shambles. See, again, respect. This is the real you. What's going on, baby girl? Everything all right? How's work? Okay, beautiful. Yeah, you. See. This is the real you. You a family man. You a dweeb. You understand? You don't want war. You want to be left alone. But you got into this metaverse, you got on this YouTube, you got into this content creation, and you started talking like you was yeah, I'ma beat the brakes off of him. Yo, he want to get down, we gonna get down then. I'm a dog walk him, nigga. Now all of a sudden you and your daughter and your family is in shambles. See, I never respected nothing. When you talk about real estate and money and bag chasing, I respect that. I could actually sit down and listen when you talk business. Your business acumen is the only thing I respect. You as a man, in any way, shape, form, or fashion, I don't rock with that. If you get to talking about anything outside of the realm of business. So again, what are we doing here? We are showing the two sides. We are showing it in, and I'm gonna deliver, the finale of this message at the end of this, because it is a message in all of this. The majority of the people we looking at are paid actors. These rappers are actors. These content creators have been compromised. It's just like the rappers. At one point, we was dealing with a unique situation with hip hop and rappers, and it don't take no time for the higher ups and the elites to compromise what we see, what we listen to, the content that we digest. They compromise it, and that's what's going on in these YouTube streets. Dweebs gone wild. A whole bunch of dweebs with money, a whole bunch of lames with fame. Dweebs with money, lames with fame. I mean, bars on top of bar. I can't even help it. I'm just giving you bar. I can't even help it. Dweebs with money, lames with fame. So again, you went from talking about dog walking Corey to now saying you know what? You want me to talk to the people. Look,
Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that. You guys win. I got to figure out how to pick up the pieces. Family is in shambles. Daughter is in shambles. Literally having my wife take her over to get evaluated and figure it out because crying inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do. Corey,
Now I'm gonna close this off with Anton Daniels on this level, on this note, and then we're gonna go into the last angle, which is DJ Academics, right? Corey with Anton Daniels, right? But Corey, again, he spoke on Anton Daniels' his child. He disrespected his child, right? And Anton Daniels is saying that he has to pick up the pieces. His family is in shambles. His daughter was in the principal office crying, trying to figure it out because of the things that Corey said about her was so embarrassing that she now needs therapy. His daughter needs therapy. And see, as men, right? One of the things that a man is going to instill in his child, in his seed, is that, words. You don't let words stop you from your process. You don't let words take you out of character. You don't let words affect you. But they still children, so they have to learn that. But therapy is not needed for what Corey said. That is not, see, again, you not a man. If you was a man, you don't need no therapist to tell your daughter that nigga's a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't listening to that. I look my daughters in the eye and I tell them they're beautiful. They believe that. You think that you could say something and call them a monkey and now I got to take them to therapy because you said that? I look my daughters in the face and tell them, you are gorgeous. You are a queen. You are beautiful. Look how attractive you are. Look how beautiful you are. You think of Corey Holcomb? You think your word is going to trump mine's? Yeah. I'm going to take that money for the therapist. I'm going to give it to you. Put it in your bank account and all that. We need a therapist. But see, Anton, you're not a man, homie. You're a dweeb. You're an imposter. You're a fraud. You're a male with breasts. Yeah, you got breasts. You got a cleavage showing through your shirt right here. Respectfully, a whole cleavage going on. And we got to be able to separate the two. Money don't make you a man. You got a lot of money, homie. You got a lot of success, but that don't make you a man. That don't make you a man. That make you a lame with money, a dweeb with fame, and a lame with fame and a dweeb with money. There it is. Respectfully. Now, where am I going with this? You're so upset that Corey spoke on your daughter like that. But again, I don't go nowhere without the receipts. I don't step foot out the house if the receipts ain't there. But, Anton, again, you don't have no problem getting on your platform talking about black women and black children. You don't have no problem getting on your platform disrespecting black women and black children. So why you think your family is off limits? Why you think your daughter is off limits? Why you think your wife is off limits? When you get on your platform and disrespect and name call children just like Corey. See, again, I ain't got no dog in the fight. I ain't protecting Anton. I needed to speak to Corey in the character of a dude like that. But Anton, man, y'all the same, my dude. You know what? Respectfully, I kept the receipts. Talk to the people. Look.
Chicks was looking dusty as right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty. Our chicks was looking dusty as right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty. Our chicks was looking dusty as right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty. Our chicks was looking dusty as right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty.
So you talking about these African women, right? They melanated, right? And you on your platform saying that the women breath is stinking, right? That's somebody wife you talking about, brother. That's somebody old lady. That's somebody mother. That's somebody grandmother. That's somebody's sister. That's somebody niece that you talking about. You saying that they breath is funky. They got halitosis. And you said the kids was dusty and nasty. That's what you said about some children. Some motherfucking children. So Corey called your daughter a goddamn chimpanzee, a silverback gorilla, and you call these kids dusty and nasty. See, this where a grown man come in at. You are no victim. Oh yeah, nigga, we gonna leave that to the women and the children. You a grown ass man. You ain't no victim in this. You get on your I gotta figure out how to pick up the pieces and put it back together. And going to therapy, you know? Nigga, you don't get no motherfucking sympathy. Boy, what? Hey, listen to me, boy. Listen to me. Luckily for you, you was in front of Corey Holcomb. Lucky for you, you was in front of another dweeb in another lane. Because a grown man would have went directly in your mouth. You wouldn't have got a chance to go in the alley. I guarantee you, I would have went directly in your face. I would have forgot the cameras was there. You would have told me what you told Corey. You ain't no victim, man. You ain't no victim. And again, this is my platform. So for everybody in it, yo, Corey was talking. Yeah, I get all that. But what about Anton talking about these dirty little girls, calling them dusty and dirty? I don't respect no man that talk about children like that. Watch your mouth, homie. Watch your mouth. And I'm going to tell you something, right? That go for all of these YouTubers. It's a lot of you niggas up here that get up here and talk about other dudes' children and talk about their wives. And, you know, Hassan Campbell, all you niggas do that. And I want to put this out here. Just because, like, if somebody says something about my wife or my daughter, I'm not going to lower myself to talk about your children. That's a character flaw. That's like if a nigga touch your kid, I'm not gonna go molest kids because a nigga molested my kid. I'm gonna do something else though. Yeah, I'm gonna do something else. But you know, if you put your hands, you do some pedophile type activity, or you a scrapo, you know what I'm saying? You scrapo somebody in my family. I'm not gonna come do no scrape. I'm not doing what you did. So just because somebody talked about your kid don't mean you double back and call his. You don't do that. I don't respect no man that do that. So Anton Daniels, you fall in that category. You called them little girls dusty and nasty. You called them little girls dusty and nasty, and somebody called your daughter a goddamn silverback gorilla. Is what it is. Y'all both got character flaws. Y'all both is lames and dweebs. Okay? Because you got to know something. A lot of people in my DM really been wanting to know about this, really been wanting my perspective on this. And I've been kind of like fighting if I was even going to talk about it because the downloads haven't downloaded. You know what I mean? But the downloads downloaded. It ain't no winner or no loser when it come to what this is, because sucker shit is sucker shit. When I look at Haas and Zippy and I see them going back and forth, sucker shit is sucker shit. You don't get to be a real nigga and he a sucker when both of y'all is talking about children and disrespecting babies. Y'all niggas is, y'all, man, yeah, that's some New York shit. Y'all do that up there, wherever, you know, that don't ride where I'm from. Same thing with Corey and Anton. You know, you talking about, I got the receipts. I just played the receipt. You see, you talked about the women and the children, but as soon as somebody talked about your children, now all of a sudden your family's in shambles. Soon as somebody talked about your wife, now all of a sudden you got to pick up the pieces. Soon as somebody did that, now you got to go to therapy. Corey Holcomb, you know, it was all gangster and it was all this and it was all that until we saw the video, you putting your hands on that woman, and now you want to stand up in front of your mama. You want to stand up in front of your grandmother, the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad. You want to bake bean pies all of a sudden when you get some backlash. Now all of a sudden you want to stand up in front of the goddamn congregation. Don't work like that. Last but not least, big salute to the chat, man. I wanna close this out with the homie DJ Academics. Now, you need to know, right? I spoke on DJ Academics a long time ago, just like Anton Daniels. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, the man makes the money don't make the man. We are in a time where any and everybody can infiltrate our culture, this little thing of ours, as long as we believe they got money. As long as we believe that They got money, they got fame, they got a bankroll, they got cars, they got Armani, they got Givenchy, and they got a mansion. We will allow them to infiltrate our culture and manipulate the narrative. We will allow anything as long as they look like they got money. And when I was growing up, you had to be a man first. The niggas with the money that was around us, we watched the same niggas with money hire the men for protection. Let me say that again. When I was growing up, you had to be a man first. Then the money was respected. The people with the money was hiring the men for protection. So we understood as young niggas, like, the goal is to get the money, but you got to be a man first. Now it's a whole 360. I told you, now we got the metaverse where these dudes can get money and we will just accept them with open arms. Oh, DJ Academics is rich. Oh, Rory and Maul, Netflix Zip. We got Zippy with the drippy calling itself Netflix Zip because Rory and Maul, two dweebs, co-signed it. I'm telling you, man, when I tell you I'm the realest on YouTube, I mean that shit. When I tell you I carved out a lane for the real, I mean that shit. Yeah. The dude you think is real, all it take is a dweeb with money, a lane with fame, and they'll jack it. Yeah, that's what they say in New York City, right? You jack that? Yeah, Zippy is jacking that. Rory is a whole sucker. He's a lane with fame, a dweeb with money, and Rory is the same fucking thing. And look at Zippy out there tap dancing, buck dancing, tap dancing, boot licking, boot shining. Zippy out that motherfucker shucking and jiving right now with them lames with fame and them dweebs with money. Like it or love it. You don't got it. You can respect it or you don't. You going to respect it or you going to check it. But you going to pick one. You going to respect this shit or you going to check this shit. But you going to pick one. Why am I saying that? Because I want you to see what I'm talking about. I need you to have some context. I want to paint this Picasso. Look at Zippy out there. You know, the realest hooligan. You know, a thug, a killer. Oh, Netflix Zip. Yeah, the fucking lames put you on Netflix, and now you out this motherfucker kissing ass, boot licking. But you know, let's get back to act. Recently, we all found out that DJ Academics got slapped in the face by an associate of Lil Baby. Now, I've been known he was a lame. I've been known he was softer than Dollar Tree cotton. I've been said this. But this recent situation has gone viral, right? Everybody's talking about it. And the downloads have told me, go ahead and use this situation as an example of what you've been talking about. Okay? Now, DJ Academics went viral for disrespecting Lil Baby. I mean, he went crazy on Lil Baby. And I ain't gonna lie to you, right? I'm not really rocking with the Atlanta rappers, and I'm not really rocking with, you know, I ain't never really listened to a Lil Baby album. I'm not into that, right? But I felt sorry for Lil Baby. Cause I know Lil Baby woke up in the middle, you know, Lil Baby been staying out the way. He ain't bothering nobody. And, you know, Lil Baby woke up that next morning probably to 100 or 200 phone calls. Motherfucker saying, yo, what you did to academics? He saying, bro, I ain't did nothing to academics. He get to looking at what's going on and he ain't got nothing to do with it. Casualty of war. But when you dealing with a dweeb, just like Anton Corey, a dweeb is going to redirect the energy. A dweeb is not going to face the problem head on. A dweeb is going to drive around the corner and park up the block. Yeah. We gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? All the energy you had for Lil Baby, you were supposed to show that to the dude that slapped you in the car. You were supposed to, again, grown men. You wasn't supposed to pull up the block and turn around the corner and park down the street and send your security over there to see what's going on. As soon as homie put his hand in that window, DJ Academics, you were supposed to get your ass out the car and you were supposed to face that right there. The fuck is you approaching Lil Baby for? Why is you arguing with Lil Baby? Why you want to fight Lil Baby when he ain't the one who smacked you? You know what? Let's get into a couple of these receipts, man. This one ain't gonna be a long, drawn-out situation. I want you to listen to how DJ Academics is talking in the metaverse. Yeah, he got the motherfucking do-rag on. He got a hat on top of it. Niggas ain't wearing hats on top of they do-rags. Whatever, right? He got 2 bust-down Cubans on. You know what I mean? He got the motherfucking, he got the braids and all that coming out the do-rag. Respectfully. And he talking crazy. You know what I mean? You know what? Let's let him look at this. Look at what we dealing with. Go ahead, DJ. Look.
I cost your label millions of dollars. And you're going to watch what I'm going to do to him again. I'm going to bleed that. Little Baby going to pay for the sins of you. I guarantee you. I promise you. And I'm going to take it out on him because he sat there in my... I called him when he just woke up. He rolled over. I said, baby, you sent a nigga to swing on me last night? You know what that nigga told me? Yo, act, hell no, I ain't do that, bro. What? Baby told me, and if Baby say he a liar, he's a bitch. He gotta kill me before I ever change my tune. I cost your label millions of dollars. And you gonna watch what I'm gonna do to him again. I'm gonna bleed that. Little Baby gonna pay for the sins of you. I guarantee you. I promise you. And I'm gonna take it out on him because he sat there in my... I called him when he just woke up. He rolled over. I said, baby, you sent a nigga to swing on me last night? You know what that nigga told me? Yo, act, hell no, I ain't do that, bro. What? Baby told me, and if Baby say he a liar, he's a bitch. He gotta kill me before I ever change my tune. I cost your...
What? Oh, he gotta kill... What? When did dweebs, lames, nerds start talking like this, bro? Hey, listen, to each his own, man. I'm just here to speak the real. Like, nobody believed none of that. I got some more. We got more receipts. But, you know, this is what we have. This is what it's come to. Yo, this nigga talking about squabbling. He talking, what? What? And it's all a facade. It's all a mirage. It's all fake. That's why you didn't get out the car. That's why you, and mind you, he said it, I'm going to play the receipts. But you said after homie slapped you, you drove your ass around the corner and up the block. Yeah, that's what real men and real dudes used to do to dudes like you outside. You come down the block, nigga get the herb in you, kick you in your ass until you get your ass up the block and don't come back down here. And you run your ass up the block. But see, you drove around the corner and you parked up the block. Yeah. But then you get on this internet, in this metaverse, and I'm talking, boy, shit. Another nominee, Grammy nominated. Yeah, Anton Daniels. Another nominated DJ Academics. And the winner is... You motherfuckers is what? This shit, boy, I'm gonna tell you, man. We could make a movie. Yeah. Nerds going wild in these YouTube streets, the movie. And it would be you, Anton, a whole bunch of you motherfuckers, goddamn Zippy, all you niggas, Rory and Lmao. And again, because we allow anybody with some money, anybody with some fame, we allow them to have an opinion. We allow them to do what they want to do because they got money and we want some of that money. Well, you know, you got money, you got a Netflix deal. Would you mind just bringing me up? I'll hang out with you. I'll sit down and do content with you. Can you put me on Netflix? I would, please, would you help me? Could you help my situation? Oh, they said they're gonna help my situation. I'm with it. That's why Zippy is dead. That's why Zippy's in that pot. You talk about dweebs and lames. As soon as they give your ass some help, you're eating. Yeah. I almost did you like Ganton Daniel. I almost told you what you was doing with your mouth and all that. Yeah, you up there, mouth full. Well, you was up there with a mouth full. Now, DJ Academics. Let's get into this next receipt right here. I ain't got all night. We going live again tonight at 11:30. So don't worry about it. But we gonna close this out. I want to listen to DJ Academics speak more to this story. You know, Lil Baby ain't had nothing to do with this, man. Lil Baby didn't deserve what you did to him, but because you were lame, you don't even understand that you directed your energy in the wrong direction. Lil Baby been minding his business. Lil Baby told you he ain't got nothing to do with that. If homie smacked you, I didn't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You supposed to handle that with Lil Tylil and the dude Tylil and all. You supposed to handle your business. You want this kind of respect, you supposed to handle your business right there on the spot. We don't need you to get on the YouTube and explain to us and talk this gangster shit. You talking crazy. Again, as a man, I did something to you, Academics. The shit you said about Lil Baby family, I would come and see you about that. But you know what? I'm gonna let you talk. Talk to the people. Look.
I feel like maybe you're trolling or you're just a fan. But my security, he makes a decision like, man, fuck all that. He swerves off. Right when we're swerving off. And like, cause I'm talking to him like in the window right here. The dude swings in the window, never touches me. Tyler, let me tell you this. If you think you touched me, I hope you and all Lil Baby family dies. Nobody touched me. Because if y'all had touched me, I would have went up that night on Baby. I would have never forgive that nigga. If a nigga touched me in music, in rap, I would never forgive them. Why do you think I would ever forgive Lil Baby? If because I'm gonna tell you, I do think Lil Baby backdoored me. Why the fuck you think I would go sit here and take out $30,000 and go chill out? Nigga, I'm rich! Nigga, I would have set it up for Lil Baby the next morning.
You said you hope his whole family pass. Bro, what? What? Yo, if you lie about this, I hope you and your whole family pass away. Nigga, what? All right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Now, I ain't saying I'm going to crash out and go to prison. Oh, but it's multiple ways to skin a cat, man. It's 1,000,001 ways to skin a cat, nigga. You think you would say some shit like that and just be able to be walking around here, going to different events? You crazy. Yo, if you lie about this, I hope your whole family pass away. What? Niggas, you boy, hey, again. Yeah, your ass would be in trouble. It wouldn't be no going around it. No going around it. Is what it is, and it'll be what it. But you know what? Let them talk some more. Talk to the people, Act. Look.
You think you really hit me, bro? You swung into the car. I know Cheyenne. Cheyenne was here with like her little bitches from Houston. Cheyenne don't even fuck with me half the time. Even her would be like, nobody hit Act. Let me tell you what happened. So they swing into the car. My security was swerve. So he swings because the security starts swerving off. Because he started realizing, yo, this nigga's looking like he's more than mad at Act. And I'm over here like, I'm drunk. Like, man, what's like, nigga, me and Baby cool. My security just drives off. He swings into the car. He doesn't hit me. I promise you, and if I'm lying, I don't even know what I could say for y'all to believe me. But, nigga, the only thing, and this is going to just make it seem like I'm crashing out. If I'm lying, nigga, fuck everybody on their side, family, whatever. They could keep it like that because I don't have nothing to lie about.
Ain't nothing you could say to make us believe you, bro. Homie smacked you. He didn't swing in the car. Ain't no swinging in the car and he ain't touch you. You got slapped up. They paid you a whole bunch of money. to shut your mouth, and you took the little 30,000 and you ain't say nothing about it. You only ain't nothing you can say. It is what it is. Your man swerved off and all that. They ain't pull a gun on you. He ain't pull a knife on you. He ain't do none of that. He swung into the car. Your man swerved. You was scared for your life. Your man was scared for your life. That's why he swerved off. He ain't pull a gun out, a blade, a knife. Motherfucker ain't pulled out a weapon, nothing. A switchblade, nothing. He ain't pulled nothing out. He just smacked in the car. Y'all swerved off. Yeah, you nigga swerved. Yeah, my man swerved off. Hey, boy. Hey, we dealing with a lot of nerds in disguise. We dealing with a lot of dweebs in disguise as street dudes. And listen, this is DJ Academics talking like this. Go ahead and talk to the people. Hey, look, one more time. Maybe let them talk a little bit more. We can get up out of here.
So the dude, he swings into the car, and we drive off. And I ain't gonna lie, people in the car is delirious. Like, what? Somebody just swung at you? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little composed, but I'm like, hold on, what is this shit? Because I talked to Baby not too long ago. I don't even think I told my security that. I don't think it's ever serious. I gotta bring my security nigga on camera to say nothing. If you're not gonna believe it, you're not gonna believe it. I'm telling you what happened. So we leave, but remember, I'm not too understanding of the situation. I talked to Baby not too long. I'm really not even thinking it's Baby's niggas. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he is at this point. So, just like, remember I told you the Ruri situation when I found like a note in my mailbox? I don't know. Did what to who? Somebody swung at me. Just go figure it out. My security hops out. So we park a block up. He hops out. He walks up to the club. He walks up. He knows the nigga who was talking to me this and third. Walks up, whatever. He calls my phone because I'm sitting there. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is another reason bitches want you to crash out. Because the girls I was with, even my ex, she was like, oh shit. Because they thought we was just gonna dip. I was like, nah, spin back around. Fuck that shit. Like, I don't think nobody got guns out here, even though this is Miami. I'm like, the fuck? I gotta see who's trying to swing on me. So I'm in the car. My security called me. I'm like, yo, who is it? My security says, yo, Act, the nigga who swung on you, he's in a Lambo out front with Ty Lil. What you want me to do? What? He's in a Lambo out front with Ty Lil? He's like, yeah, that's the nigga that was at the window. He swung on you. You want to do something? I said, nah, just come back to the car.
Okay. See, right there. We're going to stop right there. Because this ain't going to be a long, drawn-out situation. Yeah, parked up the block. That's the first thing. You parked up the block. Men don't do that. If you felt like it was something, you should have drove back over there where you was at. You shouldn't even never pulled off in the first place. But you parked up the block. You sent your security over there. Your security called you and said, yo, he in the car with Ty Lil in the Lambo. What you want me to do? You said nothing. Come back. When your security told you he was in the car, you supposed to say, I'm on my way over there. You supposed to hop your little pudgy ass out the car, and you supposed to walk over there. Yeah, you supposed to hop your Pillsbury Doughboy ass out the car. Yeah, you supposed to get, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to hop your little fluffy ass out the car, and you supposed to walk over there. And then you supposed to told your man, yo, what's up? What's going on? You trying to swing in the car? You trying to run a fake, trying to squabble? Because that's what you've been saying. Squabble. I'm down to squabble. But nobody want to tell academics this. Nasty work, man. Yo, I'm going to do this to your boss and blah, blah, blah. Leave little Baby alone, man. Baby ain't do nothing to you. His little man smacked you up. You supposed to did something about that as a man. Okay? Respectfully, man. Dweebs gone wild. The revenge of the nerds in real time on these YouTube streets. The revenge of the nerds. Beautiful work, all right? Big salute to the chat. Listen, man. The message in this for me is, you know, you gotta really understand what you're looking at. We are, you know, this whole situation with YouTube and these in this content, it been compromised for a long time. It has been compromised and invaded and infiltrated for a long time. So just like rap music that we listen to, you believe them niggas is really doing this and they really doing that, and they ain't doing none of that. Those females that's rapping, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they talking about a hot girl summer. They got your ass out here popping pussy, and the whole time they got a husband at home, a boyfriend, a man that they respect, and they won't disrespect. Megan Thee Stallion got a man at home. Cardi B got a man. Well, Cardi B got 2 or 3 men, right? She got a husband. She got a couple. She got another nigga. She got a baby. Glorilla. Do you see Glorilla? Glorilla got a goddamn boyfriend. She will not disrespect him. But they in their rhymes telling y'all to pop pussy and have a hot girl summer. So the same way that music has been infiltrated, this content is infiltrated. These dudes is getting on these cameras and stepping into a metaverse where they can paint and create a character like Charleston White. They created a character and they push that character. And the more you watch this content, the more you believe in the character. But see, you gotta know something, right? It's only so long fake thugs can pretend. So it's going to be a time where the fucking veil is going to be moved out the way. It's going to be a chink in the armor. The smoke and mirrors you will be able to see directly through the character. Listening to DJ Academics, you can see directly through the character. Oh, he swung in the car. My man swerved off. We drove around the block, up the street. I sent my security over there. He told me, homie, right here in the Lambo. And I told him, get your ass back in this car. We gonna get up out. We gonna go ahead and get on up out of here then. What you waste your gas for? You should have got on interstate and went where you was going. It's a facade. And see, like I said, this portal has been compromised. It's few far in between on YouTubers and content creators you can actually believe. That's why a lot of y'all rock with this channel, because I'm telling you what it is. This is not a facade. I don't, yo, you drive truck. Yeah, I got a CDL license. I add credentials to my CDL license. This is what I do. I do this. I do music. I do that. I'm the head of my household. I'm the man in this situation. There is transparency. I'm not up here trying to act like a jail nigga. You got jail niggas trying to act like jail niggas, but they really want to hang with the dweebs. They really want to do business with the lames with fame and the dweebs with money. Now they net zippy zip. Yeah, now it's net zip zippy and all that. Respectfully, man. Respectfully. So, you got to look at the whole situation and you got to be able to say, man, this shit is all smoke and mirrors. The most of this is a Broadway musical. You know what I'm saying? When you find a platform that you could believe in, you stick with that. You subscribe to that. You make sure you tune into that. Everything else is fluff. Everything else is love and hip hop. All this shit is love and hip hop, my G's. Respectfully. All right? As men, you gonna stand. You don't get to be considered a man if you don't stand on grown man business. You are a male. These dudes, academics, Corey Holcomb, Anton Daniels, are males. That's it. That grown man shit, you gotta earn that. Money don't make that. The things Corey Holcomb said about Anton's wife, ain't no more. I wouldn't have did another live stream until I saw you. I would not be on YouTube recording no videos until I came and seen you, nigga. And I got money to make on YouTube, so I would have had to come see you the next day. I'm not wasting too much time because I need to drop videos, but I can't go live on a Billionaires Boy Club or the Billionaires Breakfast Show, and you done went up on your shit talking about you gonna impregnate my wife and you gonna bone her and my kids is up. Nigga, what? Yeah, I'm at your front. I'm back at your studio. I just came from your studio a couple days ago. Yo, yeah, nigga. There will not be another 5150 show being recorded, nigga, without me standing right at the You ain't getting in this building until we gonna cross paths. That's it. You know? So you don't get that man shit. The money don't make the man. The man make the money. Money don't make you a man. It make you somebody with resources. Money means you have resources. You still a hoe. You still a hoe. And if we catch you in the wrong situation, we gonna take the money. That's why the money don't make you a man. Because if you got the money, but you not a man, and we catch your ass outside, we gonna take the money because you ain't a man. Hey man, we going live, man. We tapping back in late night live stream. Definitely had to bait the algorithm because we're gonna be talking about what's the boy name? Alex. What the dude, the nurse out there in Minneapolis that got smoked. I mean, they smoked him like a they smoked him like they smoked him. They did him dirty out there in Minneapolis. We're gonna talk about that tonight. So we definitely need to debate the algorithm, make sure everything is nice and neat before we get into that. The man make the money don't make the man, man. Always remember that. Get your money. Get your money, man. But make sure you standing on grown man business, regardless if you got the money or not. Crazy. No way, shape, form, way. No way around it. And this internet that we dealing with, this algorithm is full with imposters. Broadway musical actors, plays. I'm talking a motion picture. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Congratulations to everybody doing their thing. But come on, son. You tapped in. You Netflix zip now. Nigga put you on the episode on their show and they want to help your situation. Now you fucking with the dweebs and the suckers and the lames and fame and all that. Now you tuned in. You patched in with the lames with fame and the dweebs because they want to help you. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Big salute to the chat, Mr. Universe. I see you in here. FBA Kush Boy, what it do, my G? I see you in the chat. Breezy Santana. Yeah. Oh, MJ, what it do, homie? All right, yeah, it been a minute, man. What it do? I see you in here. You must have got a notification and all that. Trooper69, what it do? Big Wrenches in the chat. Yeah, MJ, I ain't seen you in a minute, homie. I mean, salute to you. Yeah, man. We doubling back tonight, so make sure your notification bells are ringing and you tapped into the realest. We approaching 57,000 subscribers as we speak. And we gonna make this jump, so you already know what it is. Yeah, man, we been, talking about Act, man, for a while, but this present situation, the way he was talking to Lil Baby, I was like, damn, I gotta really, I'm gonna add him to the pot. Oh, yo, we can squabble. I step on, what? When you say you're gonna step on something, you know what that mean? That mean you're gonna kill something. You're gonna have to kill me, and if I'm telling you, if you lie about it, your whole family could die. What? I would have been in the background like, yo, I'd have been on the other side of the camera like, yo, don't do that. That's what I would have been. I would have been in the background like this. I would have started making noise and shit. Nigga, get out of there, man. Get your ass out of there. Don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else. Get out of there, boss. What the fuck you doing, man? What you doing? That's what I would have did. All right, so you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in, my G's. Listen, man, I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap in to this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoating nothing. We not dressing nothing up. I'm only here to give you this game straight raw, my G. Pure dope. Nothing more, nothing less. No fentanyl, no baking soda, no quinine. We don't water whip this dope and we don't counter whip this dope. I give it to you straight off the brick into the bottles. Nothing more, nothing less. Yours truly. All right. Yeah, man. The man make the money don't make the man. Always lead with that. Always lead with the man makes the money. Man, this shit come first. Grown man business come first. Manhood come first. This integrity, morals. This shit come before anything. You don't sell your integrity. You don't put your morals to the backside for $1. You don't do that. You don't sell out. You don't do it. I'm good on all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I make my own lane. I'm good. I don't really, I appreciate the help. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm not just looking for somebody to help my situation so that I could brag on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good on that. I could have been did that. Nah, we gonna build this shit organically. We'll make our way the way we make our way, but everything gotta be intact. Dudes like Corey Holcomb, Anton Daniels, you know, I don't wish no harm on them, but we gonna keep this shit grown man business, and that's the furthest thing from grown man business. All right? So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest